A lot of people are here to see him, so I know you're excited. He's one of the sweetest guys around. If you know him, that's pretty funny, but let's give it up for Sweet Billy D, Bill Davis, everybody. Bill Davis.
Hey, everybody. Now say this with me. Sex with children should be legal. Sex with children should be legal. Gotcha. Everyone have a good July 4th? Yeah? Yeah, we had a tough one in the Davis house. We buried my mom, and she fought, but we had shovels. So. Tough broad. Let's just get to the meat of the matter. I'm fat. I'm a big man. Not going to wear striped shirts, not going to try and fool you, not going to try and stand behind. Oh, by the way, let's give it up for Rossi Brown. What a sweetheart of a guy that guy is, right? Oh my God, if he were any sweeter, the diabetes would put the sickle cell right out of his bloodstream. That's just... The medical cure, they've come up with a medical cure for sickle cell, true story, and it's $5 million, and I told Rossi last week that if I won the lottery, I would take that $5 million and get his sister cured, because he would get the joke, he would understand, he understands irony. So, I'm fat, I'm married, my wife's Asian, I have a shitty job. My life is garbage. My life is garbage. Just terrible. But I have had some success lately. About 2 months ago, I got on the scale, and for the first time in 12 years, get ready for an applause break. For the first time in 12 years, the first number was a 2. Give me a round of applause on that. There were still 4 numbers, so. It's better than the 3 letters that used to be there, E-R-R. As in, one of you two got to get up off of me. Problem with being this big is everything comes in single servings. You know, pizza, fried chicken, Italy. Yeah, I turned 50 2 weeks from today, and yeah, that's not anything to get excited about, because my belt has been a 50 for years, right? You know, they say that a camera puts 10 pounds on you. Well, I've eaten like 7 or 8 cameras, so. You ever poop so much you clog the sink? Okay, you can't do that. You can't, it's a different pipe system altogether. They don't connect. And they have a vent. When your contractor's there, there's a vent pipe. So Tom Hanks has diabetes and I don't. How does that make any sense? Best part of diabetes, half off shoe sales. Second best thing that killed William F. Buckley. I'm a Democrat. That's just terrible. My wife, in preparation for my 50th birthday, gave me $500 and told me to go down to Dick's to help me lose some weight to buy one of those oh crap. You know, you stand in place and... Treadmill, right? I don't even know the word. Treadmill, thank you so very much. And the guy looked at me and said, you know, you do better just to spend that on a big bag of cocaine. So... Because you'll use it, unlike the treadmill. And so I bought a big bag of cocaine. And in the last week I put on 15 pounds. Because it enables me to eat faster and order louder. Nachos! Nachos! I'm so excited that West Ashley will probably be... How many people here live in West Ashley? Round of applause. All right. 29407. What? I always love coming in here because with a one like this is sort of like the Jewish billionaires. This is what a slave ship must have looked like, you know? Point of historical fact, I think the roof was a little lighter. Big Ike, did you feel everyone kind of guiltily check you out on that joke? Okay, good, all right. Big Ike Smalls, give him a round of applause. He's one of the better comics in the country. But we're gonna get a Trader Joe's, coming here pretty soon. And when I went to when the first one opened in Mount Pleasant, I went over there and I said, and I went and I bought all the cheese because look at me, right? And I said, excuse me, to one of the clerks, where are the crackers? And the clerk went, sir, this is Mount Pleasant. Sometimes life goes, here you are. So, my son, who is now 18, when he was 10 years ago, when I was, 60 pounds over here, walked in on me and my wife making love. And I am so glad that my wife was on top so that now my son thinks sex is a natural act, right? Because if I'm on top and all my shit's swinging, I look like a mama dog dodging traffic. It's not good. Like somebody threw an accordion down a hill. It's just like. In the spirit of full disclosure, and I don't know why I say it like that, because it's just the fact, my wife is Korean. Point of fact, she's half Korean. She's half Czech, half Korean. So she's a Czech mix. She's. Or if you're a jazz fan of Czech, Korea. So my wife and my two beautiful children look nothing like me altogether, thank God. Anyway, so we go to H&L, the Asian restaurant in the grocery store up at Rivers and 526. They have an absolutely wonderful pho selection, Vietnamese soup. And the waitress comes out with the bill. And she comes out with the bill and she's just like this. She looks at me, she looks at the three of them, she looks back at me, she looks at the three of them, and she goes, all together? Now, she'd already pissed me off because when she came out with the meal, it was like chopsticks, chopstick, chopstick, big ass spoon. And I don't know if that's because I'm fat or because I'm white. So she goes like this all together, and my 18-year-old son, who is an asshole, goes, yeah, that's right. I don't have to listen to you, Craig, because you're my stepdad. I don't know, so you're just blowing up my mom. I'm out of here. And he storms off, and everybody in the noodle shop's looking at me, and I'm just sitting there with my big-ass spoon. Okay, I'll pay for it this time. Here you go. My father is from the old school. He's from a simpler, angrier time. Back when being white was still an alibi, right? And when Kim and I were dating in college, he was like, hey, Bill, you still going out with that Oriental girl? And I'm like, Dad, people are Asians. Things like rugs and vases are Oriental. And he goes, I apologize. Let me rephrase. Is that Asian girlfriend still giving me all that Oriental poontang? Yes, to the tune of 2 children. Thanks, Dad. But I was on James Island, the subway with my kids, and this older oh wait, no, where was I? Where was I? Oh yeah, huh?
Poontang.
Well, no, I was at Poontang, which is a small village in Korea. Thanks. Everybody comes from there. Got a Poontang fan club right there. Love to see the shirts. That would be awesome. We were traveling internationally, and we were in the waiting room at Detroit Metro Airport. Lovely airport there in Detroit. My wife was in the bathroom. My kids were small. We were in there, and these 2 women were sitting directly across from us. Our back was against the wall. And this woman about 80 and her grown daughter about 50 across from me. She looked at Kyle and Maggie, she looked at me, she looked at the kids, she went to her daughter, and she was old enough where she had lost the ability to control the volume of her voice. And she whispered, "Look, that sissy went and got him some China babies." Everybody, the other 100 people in the wedding room just looked up like, "Oh, this is going to be good." I'm a Democrat. I saw an opportunity to reach out, make a friendship, build a bridge. So I said, the daughter was mortified. She was just like, I said, "Don't you worry, I'm taking these two back. That's why we're flying international." They know the hell out of cello and piano, but they don't speak the English. I'm gonna go get me some Hong Kong babies. And right then, like, everyone's like, "Oh my God." And my wife starts walking in and they're like, "Oh shit." Kim walks up like, "Hey, let's go get a Coke." I'm like, "Right." And I look back and I'm like, "Gotcha, bitches." It's okay to applaud on that one. That's fine. You go. Recently on Memorial Day, I took the family to Three Little Birds Cafe. Do y'all know that joint back behind Earth Fair? Right? Yeah, it's a good joint. And because I love huevos rancheros. Here, let me prove it. It's not my heart beating. Anyway, I love huevos rancheros. And I went in there, okay, look, I'm cheap. Everything I'm wearing is from Tanger. And whenever I wear a work t-shirt, it's always something I've gotten from the Goodwill, just past right past the Sonic. I echolocate my food up in the corner, right past it. Right. The thing is if you my shirts are like my porn, XXX, right? So if you find a shirt, if a guy my size has a shirt that fits, thank you, big guy, and it ends up at a Goodwill, it means some fat bastard has died. That's what's happening. Because you don't give up that shirt. And it was one of those shirts, I got this one, it was a Wounded Warrior, and it was one of those like wicking shirts that they don't make in XXX because Nike's like, "Oh, they've given up, they're done with them. They're not even trying anymore." He's beckoning on. Anyway, and so because of my size and my girth, the Wounded Warrior, he was like almost life size on my chest, right? Now you can probably tell by looking at me that I play a lot of tennis, right? Okay, so I do. And I have a banged up knee. So I went walking in on Memorial Day into Three Little Birds with my largely Asian family, my Wounded Warrior Project t-shirt, and a limp. And every son of a bitch in there was just like, "Yes, sir, yes, goddamn." And I was like, I'm a tree-hugging Prius driver. That's not who I am, right? And so this one guy comes up, "I'd like to buy your breakfast for all of your suffering." I'm like, "Really? It's not downtown. I got parking right out there. It's not a big deal." He said, and I figured out what was going on, and I was at a moral dilemma. Because if there's anything I love more than huevos rancheros, it's free goddamn huevos rancheros. And I had a crisis of conscience, and I did the right thing. I told him the truth. Because brunch, like freedom, isn't free. Yeah, I made a mistake in my marriage recently. I told my wife that I didn't think Brad Pitt was very attractive. You know what she said to me? "Leave the mask on. I'm almost finished." That's a sad joke, isn't it? That's a sad joke. Best thing about making love to your wife in the shower? She can't tell you're crying. Made my wife squirt last night. Thank you, Mexican buffet. All right, look. Is it supposed to be brown? Am I doing this? Anyway. Enjoy your meal. That gravy was made with love. I asked my wife recently, how come you married me? And she said, 2 reasons. Intelligence, and I can't remember what I nicknamed your other testicle. So there it is. How many parents are in here? All right, good. Best way to get going out of here? Cancer. Okay, moving on. So a lot of you some of you might recognize me from trivia. I host trivia 5 nights a week here in Charleston. My real job is I am a national and state award-winning political reporter. But being a writer in a state where no one can read is a terrible business model. So I host trivia. But it also gives me time to come up with jokes. And here was a joke that they just pop in my head. I'm not a bad person because it occurs to me. I'm a bad person because I tell it to a room full of people. Anyway, so I was sitting there at the Kick and Chicken downtown with all the college students. I love working that room because of the smell of Axe body spray and sexual desperation just kind of interlocking. It is wonderful. And the joke was, you know what I hate about the sexual position 69? It's the way the guy's balls flop in my face. It's like I get 1 ball in each socket and I can't see, right? It's like I'm wearing goggles, right?